Wait a minute. I'll bring Eddie in. He'll cheer you up. Hey, Eddie, come on in and bring your music box along.
Hello, Eddie. Why do I feel like I do?
Although he remains a relatively obscure figure to the wider population, Eddie Lang is celebrated as the father of jazz guitar amongst musicians. Born Salvatore Massaro, he was the son of an Italian-American instrument maker and grew up surrounded by music. As a teenager, he adopted the anglicized name Eddie Lang, and soon after, his musical career began. After short-lived runs as a violinist and banjo player, the early 20s saw the beginning of Eddie's career as a guitarist. Now playing with the Mound City Blue Blowers, he was keen to show off the potential of the instrument. He is credited with almost single-handedly demonstrating the superiority of the guitar over the banjo in a jazz setting. His sophisticated chord voicings and sensitive approach to accompaniment were unmatched, and his influence on subsequent guitar players is limitless.
There's no tomorrow. I might forgive, but I can't live without that man.
The two great influences were Eddie Lang, and the greatest influences were Eddie Lang initially.
And he always found a way to find intermoving lines, play like nice tense on the bottom of the chord, and just like a great accompanist to begin with. He was the first guy to play nice melodic leads on the guitar, emulating more of the horn players of the time rather than guitar players. So he was such a completely well-rounded musician.
At the age of 8 or 9 years old, I was exposed to players like Eddie Lang, Joe Venuti. Just to be surrounded by some just wonderful music was part of growing up. It was my childhood.
Throughout his career, Eddie worked with a long list of musicians. However, two partnerships in particular stand out as especially significant. Firstly, his partnership with violinist Joe Venuti. Eddie and Joe had grown up together and remained almost inseparable throughout the 1920s and 30s. The other significant partnership of Eddie's career was his affiliation with singer Bing Crosby. In 1929, Eddie was invited to appear on Bing's first solo recordings, and by 1931, Eddie was working full-time as Bing's personal accompanist. In October 1932, the duo appeared in The Big Broadcast, which was Bing's first starring role in a full-length film, and the first of a 5-picture deal.
Your eyes reveal that you have the soul of an angel, white as snow. But how long must I play the role of a gloomy Romeo? Please. Tell me that you love me too. Boom, biddy, biddy, diddy. Well, I'll see you tonight, okay?
A wholly positive reception to the film seemed to suggest that both Bing and Eddie were poised for prominence. For his next film, Bing wanted Eddie to have a speaking part. However, at the time the guitarist was suffering from laryngitis and had a chronically low and hoarse voice. Bing urged Eddie to have a tonsillectomy to cure his throat. On the 26th of March, 1933, Eddie Lang died in the hours after the operation. The cause of death remains unknown. Eddie Lang is buried in his hometown of Philadelphia, and in 2016, a mural celebrating his life was unveiled close to his childhood home. Since 1991, the Eddie Lang Jazz Festival has been hosted in Italy and features both established guitarists as well as up-and-coming talent.